testimony you give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Have a seat. State your name for the record.
Thomas Pinion.
All right, and what do you do, Mr. Pinion?
I'm the Chief Deputy for the Cherokee Sheriff's Office.
Okay. And how long have you been in law enforcement?
30 years.
All with Cherokee?
Yes, sir.
30 years. So you started in, what, 1990? 1994, under Sheriff Garrison?
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you post-certified?
I am.
How long have you been post-certified?
Since September of 1994.
All right. What were, back in 2018, I'm just going to jump ahead, so you know what you're doing, right?
Yes,
You've been a cop a long time. All righty. What do you do right now as Chief Deputy?
I'm responsible for the day-to-day operations of the entire Sheriff's Office.
Okay. How about in 2018 when you were a captain?
I was responsible for the day-to-day operations of the Criminal Investigation Division.
Okay. You were, essentially, you were the head of CID.
Correct.
All right. Did you ever go out to 2155 Purcell Lane?
Yes, sir.
Righty. On July the 5th?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever have any interactions with Miss Farris?
Yes.
Okay. How about with Scott Farris?
Yes, sir.
And what was, when did you get there?
It would have been after lunch. I don't recall exactly what time.
Okay. Were you one of the first officers to arrive?
No, sir.
Do you know who was there before you? Who was there when you got there? Is the easier way to say it.
I don't specifically recall who was there. There
That's
were
fine.
several law enforcement officers there, though.
Had your the crime scene technicians, have they gotten there yet?
One of them arrived with me.
Oh, arrived with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you drive all the way down the driveway at Purcell Lane and go up to the house?
I did go to the house. We parked a good distance away and walked.
Okay. Is that when you were walking in? Is that when you encountered Scott Farris?
Yes, sir, near the house.
Okay. Was that when there's been some testimony before you, I know you haven't been watching the trial, that was he sitting on the back of his truck when you got there, or do you recall?
I don't recall.
All right. You recall talking to him?
I do.
And during your conversation with him, you were just trying to get some just background basic information?
He approached me and started speaking.
Okay. You didn't ask him anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Did that conversation did he just continue to keep talking?
Yes.
Okay. How long had you been there before you encountered him?
It was immediate.
Immediate?
Yes, sir.
Did he come up to you like at your car, or you actually got to walk up to the house?
Walk up to the house.
All right. Let me show you. This was previously admitted. I'll have to click through and find the right one, but these are aerial. So in this one, this is aerial 4. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can see this. This is the road that goes off to the barn, and then it goes straight. Did you park around this area?
I was out near the main roadway.
Just up from there?
No, sir. Looks like down in the bottom part of the screen, just where the main roadway is.
Yeah.
We would have parked out there somewhere.
Okay, so you parked on the road and walked down the driveway?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you recall where Scott came up to you at?
It was up near the house, maybe to the left of the house.
Okay, so you did make it all the way down the driveway?
Correct.
So how long did it take you to walk down the driveway? Just a couple minutes?
Yeah, less than that probably.
And then immediately here's Scott Farris?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And at some point, I know you had written in your report that since he just started talking, you were trying to get some basic information, and then you didn't prompt him to keep talking, did you?
Not really, no, sir.
Okay. And I think you actually wrote in your report that Scott completely changed the direction of the conversation.
Correct.
Right. Was he blaming or seemed like you throwing anybody under the bus immediately?
He was recounting a domestic dispute that he had witnessed recently.
Okay. And that would have been between Melody and Gary?
Correct.
Okay. He was also, did he allude to you anything about any affairs?
Yes.
Okay. And those were Melody's affairs, correct?
Correct.
How about, a gun? Didn't he also talk about there's a gun missing?
He did.
Okay. Did he describe the gun to you?
He did.
Did he even tell you where it was? Or what he thought it should be?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay. And he even told you about why he was downstairs looking for it, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then, I'm assuming at this point, you were able to for lack of a better term, kind of get away from him to go check on your other agents or other deputies?
Yeah, after we finished speaking, I did.
Okay. And was that, do you recall, because I mean, I know you were there as everybody's supervisor, really. Were you able to record this?
No, sir, I was not.
Yeah, because you didn't have your recorder on you, did you?
That's correct.
Okay. But you did write it down in a report?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then after this interaction, you went off and did whatever captains do at crime scenes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Just 1 second, Judge. Just a couple of quick things. With you being the head of CID, would you be the person in charge, for example, if y'all wanted to call in the GBI to investigate this case, or any case?
Yes, sir, that's part of my responsibilities.
Okay. Why did you not contact the GBI to investigate this?
We've got very competent detectives, crime scene technicians, and you know, we typically do not do that in a homicide case or any death case.
You investigated in-house?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you gone back and looked over like all the reports and the things that were done and not done in this case?
I don't specifically recall doing that. I mean, I was kept abreast of actions as they were completed, but I don't recall reading each and every supplemental.
And when did you receive your promotion from head of CID to chief deputy?
I've been chief deputy almost 3 years now, so it would have been about 5 years ago. So,
okay.
Started away from criminal investigations.
Okay, so shortly after this investigation began, you went off to do other things with the sheriff's office.
Correct.
Okay, so you were kind of out of it at that point?
Yes, sir.
You still would have had the ability, though, to, like you, in your authority, you could have contacted Hayes and been like, hey, tell me what's going on this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you didn't do that?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you aware of all of the things in this case that weren't gathered and weren't tested?
No, sir.
Okay. Were you aware of the fact that the barn, there was no Blue Star testing done in the barn?
No, sir.
Okay. Are you the one who contacted Elena Coffey with the GBI to come out?
I believe I contacted her supervisor, but yes, I reached out to the GBI.
Okay. And why at that point, for that very limited thing, the Blue Star, why would you contact the GBI for that?
The stock that our crime scene technicians were using was expired.
Oh, okay. So the Blue Star that they had used previously on the case had expired?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know some of that was used at Purcell Lane or on any of the items?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it was used. How expired was it? Do you recall?
I do not.
Okay, but it was in fact expired.
Correct.
Okay, all right. That's all I got, Judge.
Anything? No questions?
No.
All right. You step down. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next witness is a little longer, so
We'll go ahead and take a break now. We'll break for 15 minutes and start back at 10:30.